Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today is Thursday, February 2nd, 2022. I am Sally Pacific. This is My Time to Talk. Hey, Crazy Lady, welcome. Welcome. Hope you're having a wonderful day. You are number one today. Come on. Hey, Frankie. Oh, I am. Oh, boy. Yes, you are. Hey, Shelby. Number three today, girl. And for everybody, yeah, Frankie was late. Frankie, you were late. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And everyone who's streaming on other platforms, welcome. Uh-oh, let's not pout. Let's not pout. Oh, boy. Welcome to Vincent Cosmos. Goodbye, Vincent Cosmos. Hey, Minnesota. Oh, we are in George. Is that a city? And Shelby, I do have your blues. I do have some blues I'm going to play today. So hopefully you all like that better than the techie stuff. I'm not crazy about the techie stuff either. But anyway, guys, today I am going to try. I am trying to have a fun show. We will see how it goes. So today, how old were you when you stopped? So, trick or treating, believing in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, started liking boys and girls, stopped liking boys and girls. Um, I don't know, stop sharing a room with your brother or sister. If you ever shared a room with your brother and sister, you know, how old were you when your parents start making you, do the dishes and take out trash and all the other good stuff. So I'm going to start with trick or treating because we used to get a lot of trick or treaters when my son was young. We used to get a lot of trick or treaters up until the time he was probably about 15. Then most of the kids in our block had grown up, so they weren't trick or treating necessarily in our block. But we still had the stragglers who came, whatever. Now, we hardly don't get anyone, and I think that's mainly because people aren't going door to door anymore. I think they're more doing the trunk shows and having something at you know at the school or something like that. But trick or treating was fun, and I am glad that my son was able to actually trick or treat, go door to door, do trick or treat, all this stuff, come back with tons of candy that my husband and I would eat behind my son's back. Then he would say that we ate it, and then we would say, no, we didn't. But anyway, how old were you when you all? Okay, Crazy Lady says I still trick or treat. I think I was about 12 or 13. I'm gonna say I was probably around 13 when I thought that was like too cool to go out trick or treating, but I still went. But I didn't, dress up or anything. But I think I have to be probably around 12 if I remember. Santa Claus, I think I was probably around 10 for Santa. Yeah, I was probably, well, I don't know. I don't know. Santa, I'm kind of fuzzy on, but trick or treating, I can pretty much say that I was probably around 12 when I actually stopped getting dressed up. And to this day, if someone gives a um, costume party or something like that, I will not dress up. I will not do it. I don't like it. If other people want to do it, that's fine. But I'm not one for doing that. So plus, I never know what to go as. So anyway, so how old were you guys when you stopped trick or treating? And Crazy Lady is still trick or treating, so she will probably trick or treat until her last breath. I'm assuming because it seems like you actually like it, that you like trick or treating. But you know what I did not mind doing? I did not mind being the candy person. Like my husband took my son around. I did it 1 year when my husband had surgery on his knee. So I did it. Um, it was okay, but I prefer to be the person to open the door, even though it's up and down, up and down, up and down. I prefer to be the person who opens the door and gives the candy out to people. I just have to find the kids to take. Oh, I never got to go. Really? Really? Oh, Shelby, I'm sorry. Did he think that you might get, you know how people say the razor blade in the apple? Did he think that you were going to get something like that? Or, you know, someone was going to snatch you? Or he just didn't believe in it? Because there are some people who don't believe in it. I have my sister-in-law doesn't believe in it, and I have some other friends that don't. They think it's like the devil's thing or whatever. I don't know, but I just think I just see it as fun, and you know, kids go trick or treating, and you know, it's just a night for them to have fun. Okay, so he didn't believe in it. That he thought that it was evil, or he just thought it was silly, or so Crazy says, Jay better give me my grandbaby so you can take your grandbaby trick or treating. Pagan holiday. You know, that's interesting. That's that's interesting that you have people who think that, and that's really the opposite. You know, so did you take your kids trick or treating? Let's see. I did until they were 12. Okay, so did you have fun while they were trick or treating? I mean, did you at least, you know, I just sent you an invite if you want to come up. Did you at least think it was fun? Um, okay, 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 not a problem. So when you stopped taking them, did they say that they were too old, or you just said, "I'm not going to go anymore," or and then I have the question. So since you have two girls, did you stop? Okay, they lost interest. So did you stop when your oldest was 12 or when your youngest was 12? And did they lose interest at the same time? Oldest and at the same time. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I think I stopped taking my son when he was probably about 12. He thought that he was getting too big for it. But you know, when we stopped taking him trick or treating, man, I miss that candy. I did miss that candy. And how many of you? And I know you all have. And I know I'm not the only one. How many of you guys recycle candy? And what I mean by that, like my husband would take my son out. He'd come back with a bag full of stuff. He dumped the bag on the kitchen table, and they would go back out. And while they're out, I'm going through the candy to see, you know, what he can eat, what he can't eat, whatever, what I like, what I didn't like. You know? And I put it in back into my treat bowl. And then when people came to trick or treat, I was giving out the candy that my son just got. So you got to recycle that candy. Then they would come back again because they came in and out like four times, and dump the bag again. You know, um, and I do the same thing. Go back and recycle the candy, and then what I would usually do if we had candy left over. Um, since my son already had a ton of candy, um, my across the street neighbor knew that he could always come over. Do you have any candy left? Yep, and I would give it all to him. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought that was fun. And then Crazy Lady says, "Well, no, welcome Angela, welcome God's Army, welcome." Um, right, re-gift. Okay, so do you think that regifting regifting trick or treat or Halloween candy on the same night is the same as regifting a Christmas gift that someone gives you? So, say you got that Christmas gift at work that you really didn't like, and you regifted it to someone else. Is that the same thing? So, so have you ever caught anyone regifting something that uh, you gave them, or vice versa? You were caught regifting, vice versa. What they gave you, you gave them. Not yet. God's Army says yes. Okay. And how did you get out of it, or were you embarrassed, or you just, oh well, yeah, I'm caught. See, this is when I come to the whole thing of and I'm not talking about the Halloween candy. I'm talking about Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or something like that. This is when I come to the part: is it rude to tell someone that you don't like something? And I know you can say, um, you know, you should be happy they thought about you. Hey D, welcome. That you should be happy that they thought about you. But at the same time, it's like, for me, it's like, if I don't like something, I truly don't want you to waste your money. And I prefer you to take it back for you to get your money back. You don't have to give me another gift. And I thank you for thinking of me. And I know there's a nice way to say it, but do people necessarily take it the way, so because I don't want to give something to someone that's going to sit in their closet for the next 10 years. And at the same time, I don't want to give someone something that they're going to re-gift it to someone else. Hence the reason why I give gift cards or cash. And some people don't like gift cards because they say that it's not personal. But if I know you shop at this particular store, then shouldn't you, you know? Okay, Shelby says it depends upon who it is. God's Army is like, and then Shelby says people get offended easily. But okay, so Shelby, let me ask this: what would offend you more? Would it offend you more if you caught me regifting something, or would it offend you more if I said, Shelby, thank you very much for this scarf, but lime green just isn't my color. It just isn't my color. Thank you very much, but I prefer you to take it and return it and get your money back or whatever. So what would a fit? Okay, so if the regift, hey Juju, so if the regift is going to offend you, I knew Crazy Lady was going to come up sooner or later. So if the regift is going to offend you, then would you get offended if I gave you a gift back or someone else did? When you say it depends upon who, does it really matter who the person is? And hey, Crazy Lady, welcome.
But what if I made you that ugly green line scarf with my own two little hands?
See, now you're getting into the weeds.
I'd be like, okay, you don't like lime green? What color do you want?
You're,
That would be me.
see, honestly, um, it would be hard, but I might wear it once in front of you, but it would probably just sitting in my closet. And honestly, I would probably end up regifting. And a lot of the stuff that I regift, I don't wrap it up per se and give it to another friend or something. I'm usually giving stuff like to the homeless or something like that. So there are a lot of things that people have given me that are now with the homeless. So, and plus I think that when you give someone something, I think you should kind of know what people like, if that makes sense. I mean, I think that you should put some feelers out and say, hey, Solid, do you like this? Shelby, do you like this? Crazy lady, what's your favorite color? Do you like long sleeve or short sleeve?
Glow in the dark.
Okay,
That's my favorite color.
Okay, and you're saying glow in the dark, so I'm assuming it's more like a neon type thing for you.
If it glows in the dark, you got a winner with me.
Glows in the dark. Okay, so I think that you should. I think that if you, again, I think you should feel people out, and I do that all the time, because I don't want someone taking something from me and it ends up in somebody's closet. I don't know. Guys Army says my child's father, aka my husband, bought something for me instead of from me for me. I'm sorry, instead of giving me the money, we went to the store and he used the money to buy clothes for our daughter. Okay. And then Shelby says, I always ask before I buy. Okay. And I think that you should. I mean, I think that when you have children, this is different. Like if it's Christmas or whatever, because more than likely they're probably going to like what you give them anyway. And kids are going to tell you pretty much what they want for Christmas or for their birthday. Then you throw in those extra things, whatever. But I think that when you're giving something to someone, even if it's someone that's in your family, or even if it's something, someone, a coworker or whatever, I think you should ask them, because don't assume. Don't assume. And another thing, don't assume just because you like it that they're going to like it. Just because you think it's cute, they're going to think it's cute. And I think a bad gift to give anyone is a pet. I think you should never give anyone a pet as a gift, because unless you know for sure that that's what that person wants, that's a lot of responsibility that you're giving someone, and they usually end up back in a shelter. But so Crazy Lady, do you think regifting is worse than telling someone that you don't care for their gift?
I don't know. My sister-in-law Stephanie, I know there's a joke about that. Anyway, she gives the worst. She gives the worst gifts on the planet. Like, yeah, I can't even remember what it was this last time. What was it?
Look at her house. Why are you shocked?
Okay, well, I'm not mom, but yeah, she's the worst gifter. And I tell her, oh yeah, thanks for whatever it was. And I don't say anything because I don't know. I don't want to hurt her.
I mean, and I understand the whole feeling thing, and I had to tell my sister last year for my birthday. She always gives me these cookies, these Oreo cookies that are like mint flavor with mint on them, whatever. And I'm giving her like scarves and handbags that I know that she likes. That I gave her one handbag that she totally freaked out over, like, oh, I really wanted this, I really liked it, thank you. I'm giving her things that you can use, and I called her, I'm like, you keep giving me cookies, why do you keep giving me, I don't want cookies, give me something that I can use. Yes, she's my sister, so I'm telling her this, whatever. And she's like, oh, well, when you were little. I said, when I was little? Like, how many years ago was that? I'm sorry. And the person who ends up eating them is my son, of course. But I'm like, can you give me something that I can use? Can you give me something that, that I like, that I need something? So, and even, I don't even think you should give people, you should not give people anything with a scent, meaning no cologne or anything like that, because once again, What smells good to you may not smell good to them unless you know that that that's their scent, that that's what they like. But that's my own personal opinion. So, you know, but yeah, you know, there's a nice way to say things, but I personally don't like wasting anyone's money. So, all right. So, Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Did Shelby? I'm gonna start with you, since you said that your dad did not believe in trick or treating. Did you guys believe? I mean, Did you all grow up believing there was a Santa Claus until you didn't, or? Hey, Power Girl. See, Crazy Lady says, I remember Seattle Seahawks wallet thingy brother gave gag gifts. Now, gag gifts can be fun. Gag gifts can be fun. And I do like the what is it? The white elephant? Is it the pink elephant or the white elephant? Where you give someone something and then you can switch it with someone else and then you go around the room, whatever. So I think those are fun. I think those are fun. See, my dad had my kids most convinced that he was Santa. Alex up to 13. Well, you know what? At least they were able to believe in Santa. Some people don't, believe in doing that. I can't remember how old I was when I stopped believing in Santa Claus. I don't remember. But I know my parents didn't tell me. I think, as usual, I think it could have been somebody at school. It was always that person at school that says, there is no Santa Claus. Santa Claus does not exist. They don't start, they don't exist. So, but anyway, so how old were you? My next question. How old were you guys when you guys started liking boys or girls? And I will say that I was in 7th grade when I was mooning over. I was mooning over a sixth grader. I will not say that person's name because who knows, they may listen to my show one day. But his initials were CC. So that was my first, when I started liking him. My first crush was in high school, but when I first started, like, he's a boy. Oh, he's cute. That was in 7th grade. So let's see. If you want a gift, you believe in Santa. So, D, are you saying that you don't give people gifts unless you say you believe in Santa? And Shelby says, I always knew there was not a Santa. Okay, so Shelby, do you think your dad ruined that for you? Okay. Now, did your kids grow up thinking there was a Santa, or no, or sort of, not really? Yes. Okay. Okay. So, I don't know. Childhood, you know, is supposed to be whimsical and fun. No matter what culture you're in, everybody has something that they do, whatever. But I don't know. I don't know. See, I made sure of that. Okay. So did you tell them that there was not a Santa when did they ever come to ask you, come on, Mom, is there really a Santa? Did they stop believing on their own? Did someone at school, church, neighborhood ruin it for them? Or did they just one day wake up and say, come on, I know there's no Santa Claus? So, and Crazy Lady, getting back to your comment about what if you made something with your own 2 hands?
Oh yeah, that was a rule. Like, especially when we got older, if like if you like say, I wanted to like buy Dad a pipe, right? There better be something handmade that like I made myself, like whether it be a poem or whatever with it. Because it isn't for him. He said, it isn't the it, Christmas isn't about the getting new stuff. He goes, it's about showing your appreciation, and love for the other person, and stuff like that.
Okay. All right.
So
And crazy lady, I will say that my son never ever gone out to buy me a store bought gift. He makes everything for me, which I like. When he was younger, it was kind of questionable, but I still have it. I still have it. You know, for that, I get. If your kids are doing it, that's one thing. But going back to that lime green sweater that or scarf or whatever that you knitted for me, I might have to go. So I don't know. And Shelby, that is kind of funny that Emily told you not to play anymore. Mom, please don't play Santa Claus anymore. So that's cute and it's funny. So, but um, I don't know. Santa's one of those things where it's usually somebody that ruins it for you. So, um, Easter Bunny, Easter Bunny. Anybody ever believe in the Easter Bunny? We used
I remember getting Easter baskets, so I must have believed it. One time, you're like, my dad was like, "Yeah, once you stop believing in something, he ain't gonna participate in it anymore."
Now we also got Easter baskets, but one thing that I can say about Easter baskets, and crazy lady, tell me if you remember this: the marshmallow, the rabbits with when you bite the chocolate
Yeah,
rabbit,
the peeps.
the marshmallows in it. Ugh, those things were gross.
Yeah,
Those
and
were
then you get those great big chocolate rabbit, the hollow ones,
yes,
and then
yes. The
when
ones
you unwrap it, it's be like this, like light brown. It's like be the oldest thing ever. I think they use old chocolate in those things.
yes, yes. I mean, it was. I don't even think it was real chocolate. It was like just this. I don't know, but yeah, yeah. Then we always did the Easter. We dyed, or what do you call it? Is it dyeing Easter eggs, which we never ate.
Yeah,
Which we never ate. Whatever. The whole fun was just to dye, and no one wanted to eat them. So my father would just have to sit there and eat them all. We're not wasting this food, but yeah, I don't think people really get into Easter the way they do Christmas and Halloween and stuff like that.
yeah. See, my dad went all out for Halloween. You know,
Okay.
all out. He did his whole yard and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, crazy lady, speaking of Halloween, I do believe we have found that squirrel.
Oh, you did?
So my sister was going through some
I'm putting,
stuff.
I'm putting in my,
Well, I told her if she found it to take a photo, and she doesn't want to take a photo, so I told her to tell my brother-in-law to take a photo. But if it is it, she said she will take a photo. I will send it to you if you want it, because there were a couple people who said they want it, but they're like, no, I don't really want that thing. If you really want it, I mean,
I want it. Y'all
we'll
need to
send it
see
to
a
you.
photo.
So, yeah. So let's see. D says Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy, believe in everything, have some fun too. Tooth Fairy. Now, I did believe in the Tooth Fairy. I did believe in the Tooth Fairy, even though I was getting dimes and quarters compared to what kids are getting now. But I did believe in the Tooth Fairy. And I think I stopped believing it on my own. Um, in fact, I may have stopped believing because I was too old just to get stuff up under my pillow and stuff. But yeah, the tooth fairy, yeah, that was something that you look forward to. You lose a tooth and you got something from the tooth fairy. Weirdest gift you ever got? That's a good question. Weirdest gift you ever got? I got to think about that one for a minute.
Okay, I don't have to think about it because I thought it was like, dude, that's weird. But where'd you even get it? My brother one time, and he said he had a friend that was like in the medical business and stuff. But he got me a skull one time, like a human skull. That was the weirdest one I've ever gotten from him.
Okay, so was this
Well, ever.
off of a cadaver that he just like took the
Well, yeah, that's what I asked. Because when I'm driving, I'm like, oh, this, dude, this is good, craftsmanship. And then I said, where'd you get it? And he goes, well, and it came with a little authentic thingy too. No, it was for real, skull, like a human skeleton head. Get the bone.
Please tell me you don't.
Yeah.
Please tell me you don't still have
No, someone stole it.
it. Someone stole it. Okay, all right. I don't know the words. I'm gonna really have to think about that one. I can't think off the top of my head the weirdest gift I ever have. Juju says I believe in the Easter Bunny. I can't think of the weirdest gift. That's a good one though. That's a good one. I'm just sitting here just trying to think, and I really I don't know. I don't know. Have any of you guys ever gotten weird gifts or anything? Because um okay, have any of you all ever gotten an inappropriate gift? An inappropriate gift, like something that someone should not have given you. When I was in college, I got some very, I considered it racy. Do people even say that word anymore? Racy? Very racy. Um, Lingerie from a guy that liked me, and it was like inappropriate. It was like, I'm sorry, I can't accept this. Oh, please, nope. So, but yeah, people do weird things. People do weird things. So anyway, so moving on. I still would like to know. I'm gonna go back to my other question. How old were you guys when you first started liking boys or girls?
I can't remember really. Seriously.
Because because it's funny. Do you think that no offense to people who have done this, no offense, but I do find it kind of odd when they say I married my childhood sweetheart, and that childhood sweetheart, you all were like 7. Do people really have a connection at that age like that? Or is it more so of a friendship thing, and then move in, to that? So is that the first time you started liking a boy or girl because that was your childhood sweetheart? Anybody? Some they say there may be a connection. Yeah, yeah, I guess there could. I guess there could. I just thought of something, but I'll keep it to myself for right now. Oh boy. Okay, so let's see what else do we have. Hold on, I had a little list here. Let me go to my list. Okay. Um, how are there any how old were you when you if you are a smoker, how old were you when you smoked your first cigarette? If you smoke at all. I was in high school. Okay, Shelby says 12. Okay. Uh, did you have to hide it from your parents? Did you like
You Shelby? That's all I was 12 when I started smoking cigarettes.
see? Oh, thanks to my sister. So your sister gave it to you, or you were copying off of your sister Shelby? I was in high school. How old were you when you took your first drink? If you have ever had alcohol, or maybe not. Some people don't, haven't, whatever. How old were you when you had your first drink? I was 17, but I didn't like it. And that was beer. She gave it to me and said, try it. It's cool. Okay. Yeah, I didn't like it. And then I didn't drink again until I got into college. Let's see. Crucible, welcome. Welcome. So, do you think that you were so did you continue smoking, or did you keep doing it, or did you stop, or you didn't like smoking, or okay, you vape now. What is the difference I don't, I mean, I know people vape, but are you, I mean, what is vaping? Is vaping, I mean, are you getting the feel of nicotine? Okay, Shelby says,
Well, a lot of those vapes have nicotine in them, but you can't buy them without it. But yeah, ones without nicotine, I would say it's the compensation of smoking without the bad stuff, I guess.
okay, so then why not just smoke a cigarette as opposed to vaping?
I have no idea, personally.
I mean, I don't. It's
I have a little vape pen that has like marijuana stuff in it,
uh-huh.
and I'll have like that. It kind of looks like a pen, like type thing. Um, and I'll use that out like when I'm out in like for real public, like not in my family circle or whatever.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to it makes you stink. Yes. Cigarette smoke does. All right, so vaping that does not. Okay. So I'm going to go to your high school prom. Um, did any of you guys go to your high school prom? I did not. I did not go to my prom. Yes. Okay. Do you remember the colors you wore? And did you like the guy that you went to prom with, Shelby, or were you all just friends? Or I was homeschooled. Okay. And Crucible says, "Yep." Okay. So, um, what were your colors? Because they always have a color, supposedly, at least they did way back when. And did you like the person that you went with? Were they your boyfriend or girlfriend, or were they just your friend? And Crucible saying to you, what colors did you wear? And was that your girlfriend, or just a friend? And Juju said that you did not go. Powder blue tuxedo with gigantic lapels. Oh, good Lord. Oh, Lord. Junior green, no date. Uh, Black senior, no. Okay, you went to, okay. Junior, you were green, no date. You were black your senior year, and no date. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. Powder blue. You're gonna have to show me that photo. You're gonna have to show me that one. I mean, just the powder blue alone. We'll talk about the lapels later, but the powder blue, that's funny. That is funny. So, was this just your senior prom, or did you go Crucible? It was your junior and your senior prom.
Hey, Solid. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, major use out of that thing. I rented it more than once, if you can believe it. That's the real sin here. I didn't wear it just once. I wore it twice. My girlfriend liked it so much, she dragged me to her prom, made me rent the same tuxedo twice. I never lived that down. I think my friends were still teasing me about it at our 25th high school reunion. But yeah, it was what back in the day. I had the haircut to match. I mean, you talk about straight out of the uh, the time warp. I mean, it was just, and she had a ridiculous dress on, and the thing, the corsage, practically obscured her entire face. I look at some of these pictures back then, and it seemed perfectly normal, but it was not normal at all.
Well, D says, Crucible, did you have the giant shirt collar?
I had the giant bow tie. You could have spun that thing around. I would have gotten 4 or 5 feet off the ground. That's how big this thing was, like a giant propeller.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. I'm still trying to get over the powder blue. I'm still trying to get over that. But those are colors that people wore. Those are colors that people wore, but I did not go
I got a lot of compliments on that thing, believe it or not. I don't know what they
I'm
were
pretty
thinking and
sure.
what they were wearing, but
Well, I mean, back then, I mean, again, that was the style. So, um, yeah, powder blue. I'm just so. Oh, let's see, giant shirt collar, giant bow tie. But you okay? But Crazy Lady says, but you were fly at the time. So yeah, at the time it worked. Oh boy. So Crucible, do you remember where you went? Were you guys at a restaurant or at the school or
well, like I said, I had a girlfriend at the time, so she had her prom as well. I think hers was in the gym, the dance, and the after dance, the dinner and whatnot. I believe was in a gym, their gym, and I think mine was in a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken. And afterwards, we went. This was in the suburbs of the city that I live in, and everybody knows I live in Chicago. Um, and we went down. We were obviously not old enough to drink, and we went down to Greek Town, which had a reputation back then for not checking IDs. So the word had gotten around, and this was a long way from where we lived. This was a good 25 miles, and I don't know who drove, and it wasn't me, but we all piled into cars and we drove 25 miles to Greektown, where we were drinking tequila sunrises until maybe till the sun did rise. I'm not sure, but that was one of the more memorable events because everybody was like, we have to go to Greektown, and nobody knew why we go to Greektown until everybody realized, well, we could drink and not get carded there. And so off we went to Greektown, and it was quite the night.
okay? Now D says Crucible was cleaner than the Board of Health. I have not heard that term in so long. The cleaner than the Board of Health. I have not heard that phrase in a very long time, D. In a very long time. Shelby, do you remember where you went and was it fun? Did you have fun? I did not go to my prom. I did not go to my senior. I did not go to my junior prom. I did not go to my senior prom. I was not asked to go anywhere for my junior prom. My senior prom, I was asked, but my mother, senior proms, you stay out until, like you said, the sun comes up and you go have breakfast and you come home. Well, my mother wanted me home at 12 midnight, and my then supposed date was like, nope, sorry, not going to you. And he has somebody else, and I did not get mad at him at all. I was pissed off at my mother, so I did not go to my senior prom. Let's see. Shelby says it wasn't a story for books to read about. Okay. All right. So if you can look back in your closet, now you have me thinking about this, Crucible. If you guys can look back in your closet and you can take one thing out that you would think that was just absolutely horrible, that you like, I cannot believe I had that. And I'm not talking about your prom suit, or your prom suit, because you had to rent that. I'm talking about something that you had in your closet and you actually wore every day or from time to time or whatever. What would you take out that you could not believe that you actually had? This is my father used that saying. It's a saying I have not heard in a while. It's a saying I haven't heard in a while. I had these white, I know you guys, I know I'm dating myself, and you all probably don't even know what I'm talking about. You ever remember or heard of the wet look? I had these white boots that came up to my knee that I thought were so cool. I would never, ever, when I think about those boots, I would never, I have photos of me in those boots, and I thought I was styling. If I, nope, 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 nope. Crazy lady over there laughing and giggling. And
I am laughing.
I guess they were, I mean, they weren't go.
They were fly though, dude. I had a pair of black ones.
You had a pair of black, but seriously, you look at those things like,
I loved those boots.
blue jean bell bottoms for a time, but I have bell bottoms now, and those are like my favorite jeans, and bell bottoms have come back. So yeah. And then
I was in style before style was style.
your style was style. But one of my favorite coats that I had, crazy lady, you remember maxi coats? The long coats that you would wear. I had one of those, and I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Those were the days. Those were the days. But bell bottoms. Somehow, Crucible,
Parachute pants was mine. The kind like MC Hammer wore,
yeah.
but they were made of that parachute material.
Okay.
And they were like puffy at top, but really sucked it. Yeah.
Oh boy, the things that we walked out of the house with. The things that we walked out of the house with. So, is there a particular style that you would want to come back? I actually would like the style from the 60s and the 70s to come back. When you look back at it, the whole retro thing, I think that was pretty cool. I mean, after all, Laura Petrie and her what do you call those pants? That Laura Petrie wore in the Dick Van Dyke Show.
The Mob Squad style.
The Caprice pants. But yeah, I mean the Mod Squad. I mean, and you're starting to see some of that stuff. You're starting to see the whole peace sign and things like that on clothes and what have you. I wouldn't mind, that coming back, because when I look at it, let's see. D-Max says pedal pushers. Yeah, the capri pants. Yep. But those, the capri pants, they've been around, come back for quite some time. I have a couple in my closet that I wear. So what about those hairstyles back then? It all depends. It all depends because, I look at, afros. There are people wearing afros now. People were wearing braids then, whatever. So the hairstyles, I think that we pretty much, still wear them. So I guess it depends. It depends upon what hairstyle you're talking about. Now, if you're going to wear a mullet, then no. Mullets are something that should never, ever come back at all. No offense to anybody who has a mullet. Long hair on men never really look good. I don't know. I think that, I can't see, Willie Nelson without long hair. So I don't know. I think it depends upon the person. I think that some men can really, they with long hair, they look good. Just like I don't think every man has a bald head. Like there, men who, I'm gonna shave my head. Every man to me doesn't have a bald head. Crucible.
Yeah, back though in those times that you're talking about, I just remember the pictures, and I remember vaguely I was too young to grow my hair, that long. My parents wouldn't let me do it. I just remember the kind of like the hippie era, and you're right. Certain guys can pull off the bald look. Certain guys can pull off the long hair look. But back then, and I don't mean to stereotype, but it just seemed like their hair was dirty. It was kind of mangy looking. It was not combed. I mean, long hair is fine if it's, kept up and it's maintained and whatnot. But these guys just looked like they just, hitchhiked halfway across the country. Every one of them just looked dirty and just kind of, it just wasn't a real good look back then. But it was still a very popular look back in I guess that was probably the 60s and the
Well,
early
I'm pretty
70s or
sure
something.
that all the men did not have dirty hair. I mean,
No, I'm just going by some pictures I've saw. Of course not. But back then, personal hygiene and that kind of stuff, it wasn't a big priority for a lot of people.
yeah, well, I don't think it's that much of a priority for people now. So, you know, oh boy, the things that people did. We'll have another, what was it? The big concert back in 69, 68. Everybody show up
Woodstock.
looking like Woodstock, yes. Everybody show up looking like Woodstock. Everybody's trying to love. You want some love? It's just peace, baby. Just peace. you know.
Yo, that's every concert here.
So okay, so let's talk concerts and music. If you can bring back one group, if you can pull one group back from time and you want to make them famous again, one group, you only pick one. So I'm not saying a person, I'm saying a group, meaning a band or a group of people. more than two. Okay, so I want to be very specific. What group would you make famous again? You know what, you and Tavares, you love Tavares.
That's pressure.
You
I'm
love
still thinking about it.
And Angela says Queen. Okay, Queen.
Yeah, that's it. I'm still thinking.
I would have to say if I had to pick a group, it would be Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. A group.
There had to be a group. Earth, Wind, and Fire. But Queen, they were it. So
The Ramones.
Shelby, I said any group that you would want to bring back, if you could reach back in time, that you would want to make popular again. Any singing group or band that you would want to make popular.
The Ramones.
The Ramones. I remember them. The Ramones. Oh, okay. Chicago was good, but Earth, Wind, and Fire. That would have to be number one for me. Okay. All right. And then my next question is going to be I want to be so sedated. The CD says I was just typing that in. Solid Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. And then speaking of which, I think
No.
I am going to have the
Sex Pistols.
Camille come back. I'm hoping that she does. The Sex Pistols. I haven't heard them in a long time. So
I know. Sex Pistols. Final answer. Sex Pistols.
Final answer. Sex Pistols.
Final answer. Sex Pistols.
Okay. So now your favorite artist, one person only. That person is by themselves on stage. They're not with a group. Okay, is them by themselves. For me, it would have to be Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson first. Aretha. Michael, Aretha, and then Prince, maybe. But Michael and Aretha definitely for me. Oh, and Curtis Mayfield. I love me some Curtis Mayfield. So
The dude that played Gomer Pyle.
Oh,
I forget his name.
To dream the impossible dream.
Jim Neighbors.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Diana Ross. Oh, okay. And D says Luther Vandross. Okay. But if I really had to go back, okay, Angela says John Denver is it is a rough choice. No, Angela, it is a rough choice because there are a lot of good artists that were out there. But if I had to really go back in time, I would go back to I like Bessie Smith. I like Louis Armstrong. if I really had to go back, definitely Billie Holiday.
Yeah, she's got to be there.
Yeah, so I mean, there are just so many, so many. Okay, so here's one for you. What group do you think never should have had an opportunity to? Now I'm talking group now again. Never should have had the opportunity to get on a stage. Never had the opportunity to get on the stage at all. I hear y'all.
Milli Vanilli.
You know, okay, are you saying because of the scandal?
No, I'm just saying because of their songs, okay? Milli Vanilli, dude.
Okay, if I had to say a duo or whatever, not Milli Vanilli, but George Michael when he was with the other guy. Ain't no one ever remembers the other guy.
Wham.
Yes, wake me up.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I mean,
Okay.
seriously, Wham. but when George Michael went on his own, and that's another one that I would like to bring back. George Michael to me had a wonderful voice, but Wham is like, no, y'all, nah. No. Captain and Tennille. Wow. You don't want to hear Muskrat Love.
My dad's had been Sex Pistols.
Okay, all right.
He hated them so bad. It was just, yeah.
So what person would you not want to what person do you Careless Whisper is no, let me have to look that up. Is that Wham?
That was Wham.
Okay.
I know all about Wham, yo.
Okay. But I still like George Michael by himself. I'm sorry. The whole thing with them jumping around in their little shorts and tops look like they just came back from Mr. Rock.
It was the 80s, yo. It was the 80s.
Yeah, but still, they look like Romper Room. You all remember Romper Room? I'm sorry, but I mean, and right, Crucible says D-Mac. Seriously, but there was a remake. I'm sorry, I just the whole. I mean, go back and YouTube when little shorts. I'm sorry.
But they were popular though, yo.
Yes, they were. And you always had that one person that makes it big, and it was George Michael. So okay, so what is one person that you think should not have been able to get on a stage? And for me, I'm sorry if there's some fans here, but I'm sorry. I think this person is horrible, and to this day, I don't see how they made millions of dollars, but they did. So I can't be too mad at them. But I do not think they're talented at all, and that is Justin Bieber.
Oh my God, yes.
I truly don't. Justin, nope, sorry. Not Justin Bieber. I just don't see it. I just do not see it at all. At all.
The Boys to Men, not Boys to Men, New Kids on the Block. It was, which one? It was the, five white boys.
That was new.
What was their band?
It was New Kids
on the Block.
Sure that was
yeah, that band. Oh my God, dude.
New Kids, yeah. Yeah. And but remember, what was the name of that Mexican group? Was it
Menudo?
Okay, but they always switch because after they aged out, they always got another member. So their members were constantly changing.
I think they're still a band too. Like,
but I don't
obviously not the ones back then, but
people though. I don't think it's the original.
No.
People. Okay, Shelby says we're now. You think? But he also made a lot of money. He also made a lot of money. Okay, so I'm gonna go for music. Into acting. Who do you think never should have been in a movie, cannot act at all? And the person I'm going to say, you are going to say, really? Seriously? Donny Osmond. I love Donny Osmond. I love Donny Osmond. I love Donny Osmond. I love Marie Osmond. I love the Osmonds. Donny Osmond, real. I love Donny Osmond. Are you saying acting, Crucible, or are you saying as a singer, or just both? Oh, as a singer. Hey, and I love their I saw them in Vegas. I like them. I like Donnie and Marie, and I like Donnie Osmond. Okay, the person who I'm going to say that should not be in any movie at all. Y'all about to throw some tomatoes at me. Jennifer Aniston. I do not get her. I do not think she can act. I just don't. And the other one is Sandra Bullock. I know she won an Oscar,
Pee Wee Herman.
but there are many people who have won Oscars and I don't think should have won. Shouldn't even been in the movie. But sorry, Jennifer Aniston. Truthful says can't stand her. I just don't see it. I truly just don't see. Nope.
No, I see where you get that because yeah, she really is. She can't, like, if she had to do like a completely different character than from what she's known as, I don't think she can act. You know, I just can't see her pulling off, you know, like a serious drama or anything like that.
Nope. And you know who else who cannot act and should not act at all?
Pee Wee Herman.
Oprah Winfrey. Should not act. Cannot act. Every role she plays it the same way. She no. Mm-mm. Nope.
This one is going to sound sacrilegious because she's considered to be one of the greatest actresses probably in our lifetimes, and that's Meryl Streep. There's something about her that is always so overwrought. There's something about no matter what character she plays, it seems to me like she's acting. And I know other people feel just the opposite. She's natural. She's effortless. But it always seems to me, no matter, and I've seen her in a bunch of different roles, I can't take her seriously because it feels like she's acting as opposed to being herself and being natural. I'm probably the only person who thinks that, but I've never been a fan of Meryl Streep.
And see, here I am about to disagree with you. Now I'm about to disagree with you. So anybody in the room, I am disagreeing with Crucible. With Meryl Streep, I'm sorry. I think that she is one of the few, and I'm going to use this term. She's one of the few movie stars that you can actually say who is a movie star. I don't think. Hey, DA, welcome. I don't think that there's many movie stars anymore, and I think Meryl Streep is a movie star. So I have to disagree. Agree with you there. I think Denzel is a movie star. I think Jennifer Aniston is a celebrity. But I do disagree with you on Meryl Streep. I do believe that she can act. So let's see. Did you the morning show on Apple TV? Jennifer Aniston was great in that show. Nope. I don't see anything with Jennifer Aniston in it. I don't think she can act. So I do not watch anything that she's in. No problem. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it as always. Let's see if you can meet one famous person, who and why. If I can meet one famous person, who and why. Let me think. Famous in any way, Crazy Lady, doesn't matter what genre.
Sure.
Okay. Hey.
Sure. Or you could do like, you know, what, like famous actor, actress, or famous writer, like, you know, the written word.
If I can meet any famous writer, it would be probably my favorite, even though he's no longer with us, would been James Baldwin, because his writing was so prolific, still is, and you know he was telling it like it is. So that would be that person if it was in terms of writing. I would like to meet Harriet Tubman. You know, would love to have met her. I don't know. That's really probably about. Hmm. Welcome, Jonah Hunting. Um, I don't know. That's about it. So, crazy lady, I have to say, okay, D agrees with me. Meryl Streep is great. Trevor Noah, no. Oh, okay, yes. Trevor Noah, yes. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Noah. What's the other actor's name? Noah, whatever. Norman Mailer. Interesting. And see, today I want to meet Coates. Okay. Uh,
I don't know. I would kind of want to meet like Queen Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen. What?
I'm just laughing because
I think she's a very interesting person. I mean,
she's the one that never bathed.
no, she was the one that never got married.
Okay, hence the Virgin
She
Queen.
was one of Henry VIII's daughter.
Okay,
Well, actually, technically, yeah, she was a bastard.
okay,
I mean, if you look at it, I mean,
okay.
he wasn't divorced really to from Catherine of Aragon. So yeah, Elizabeth actually was a bastard and uh, was one of the first female rulers to rule for as long as she did.
Yeah,
She's a survivor.
yeah,
She's a survivor.
she did. She did. And usually the people from way back when are usually the ones that you would want to meet. I mean, I would want to meet. Everybody may not agree with me on this one, but I want to meet uh, Nat Nat Turner. Um, um, I would want to meet. Now this is another one that you all are going to say, really? Why would you want to meet him? It's not so much as meeting him, like, oh my God, look at him, oh my God. I would want to meet someone like Hitler and just ask him why, just why. What was the purpose? Why? I would want to get into the controversy and get into the weeds and really just break down his mind. See, Da says, I wish I could go back and meet back and marry Ida B. Wells. Okay. Shelby says, I can see that. Crucible says, I would never be satisfied with his answer. I mean, if this is his answer, I mean, that's his answer. I mean, people tell you whatever they're going to be what it is. So it's not me to be satisfied or not. If he says because I felt like it, okay. Seriously, if that's because you felt like it, that's his answer. That's his answer. But yeah, there are a couple of people I would like to, really get into the weeds with and say, well, why did you do this or why did you do this? And there are some people that I would want to gush over. So
Musically, Beethoven.
okay, okay, okay. That's an interesting choice, and why? Since you said since it's your question,
just because his music just moves me, and he was deaf.
Okay.
I just think that's just yeah. I just think that I mean he was a tyrant, and but that's okay. I would just like to meet him.
Well, who would you not want to meet? Like if everyone says, "Oh my God, crazy lady," so and so is here, and everybody's running over to meet them. Who would you just like? Yeah, sure, whatever. You're not even paying attention.
A lot of people. Let me think about it.
And Chill says Hitler told us why, along with his millions of followers. And Chill says the president, most politicians. Yeah, the president, most politicians, all politicians, any president. Yeah, pretty much so. Nope, sorry, don't want to meet you. I'm not right now. Maybe later, but not right now. Yeah, everybody has their reasons for meeting people, not wanting to meet them.
Yeah, when I was working back in my corporate days, we had the Democratic National Convention was in Chicago. This was back in the 90s, and we were my company was a sponsor of it. We were doing a lot of work with CNN at the time, so we had access to the backstage, different events at the I think it was in a United States. I forget exactly where it was, but long story short, we had an opportunity after the festivities died down to it would have required standing in line for a little bit, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal to meet Bill and Hillary Clinton and to kind of shake hands and whatnot. And I took a pass. I and a lot of other people did too. And we were right there. And it wasn't that I had any animosity toward them or whatnot. I didn't feel like they were worth the the admiration. This was not at a good time for them. They were in the middle of something, but I just and again, this is not a political thing, but you said presidents and whatnot, and I agree. If it was George Bush, I wouldn't have stood in line for him either. I think we give away too much. These are just human beings. They might be successful human beings, but I never saw what. And my girlfriend at the time, she's like, "Are you kidding me?" She said, "I'm going to stand in line," and I said, "Okay, go ahead and do it." And she did, but she was incredulous that I would pass on an opportunity to meet the president. It just never moved the needle for me. So I agree with everybody in the chat. Presidents are overrated.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Let's see. See, JFK would be interesting to talk to. Yeah, yeah. JFK would.
Epstein.
I have a lot of people that I would like to. I mean, for JFK, I have a lot of questions for him. I'm sorry, who crazy lady?
Epstein.
So
I don't think I'd ever want. Yeah,
you would want
Epstein. That dude Epstein. Nope. Don't.
yeah, you would want to meet him. Puff Daddy, nope, would not want to meet him. There's no desire to meet a man named Puff. Steve Jobs, nope, would not want to meet him. Well, he's not meetable now anyway. But yeah, um, yeah, there are people that I would look at and say, nope, sorry, have no desire to.
Hard pass.
I will pass. Not P Diddy, Puff Daddy, P Puff, whatever, Puff the Magic Dragon. Nope, I would meet Puff the Magic Dragon, but nope. So anyway, y'all, that is it. That is my I'm past my hour, and that was it. So we did manage to have a fun show today. So thank you very much.
But it won't be the last, right?
I do try though. Sometimes they are a struggle, but I do try. So
Okay.
let's see. Today is Thursday, which of course I'm going to repeat myself as I always do, which is my Friday, and I hope to see you guys back on a Monday, and I am going to leave you guys this time with some blues. I know the techie thing doesn't go over too well, so this is Heartbreaker Blues. So until next time, enjoy your day or weekend wherever you are in the world, and go where the wind takes you.
And be happy and positive.
Happy and positive. There you go. And guys, that is it. So hope you like that. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you for coming. Bye.